All right, welcome. We are live. I am doing this letterbox style because I am going to be putting this on YouTube to help other young artists. I noticed a lot of you on TikTok are having trouble with pencil colors and pencil technique and stuff like that. And I'm here to help if I can. You know, I've been doing this a long time, about 30 years or so. And maybe I can give you guys a couple of pointers on pencil colors, how to do some blending, that sort of thing, and picking your colors. This is a piece I did a couple of years ago. And as you can see, it is done in pencil color, but it is very, very well blended. And there's a reason for that. I am a fanatic. I've learned quite a bit of things about this. We're going to turn to a new drawing that has not been colored yet, and y'all are going to help me with it. And that is a corgi. You can't see it too good, but that's why we're here. We're going to bring this corgi to life with some color. Now, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and work on bringing out the major features. That way, the rest of it will just be an easy blend. So, let's start with the tongue. And like, where's the tongue? It's this thing right here hanging out of my little corgi's mouth. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. And so, of course, you're thinking pink, right? But no, you want to go with a offish pink and red blend. Now, here's the deal. I don't have all the colors in the rainbow. I've got red and a very light pink. Maybe some brown and orange. So we're going to have to blend the colors to make this tongue look like a normal dog tongue. Unless, of course, it's a chow chow, then we'd be pulling out the purple. All right, anyway, what you're gonna do is lightly. You don't want to do any hard pressing. The hard pressing is for when you're wanting to put in some devoted shading. So we're gonna lightly color in this corgi tongue. And we want to go in the direction that the piece or object is leaning. And it's going over here to your left, if you're watching this. And also you notice that right here is where the muzzle and the nose is. So what we want to do is we want to put a little more shading, do a second layer in that area because that's where the tongue is shaded at. And right here underneath where the tongue kind of folds or folds. Then you've got, okay, kind of looks like a tongue. Looks like she might have had a lollipop. Okay, this is where you come in with a pink. Like this. This is pink. I'm going to use the pencil sharpener. Y'all going to hear some noise. There we go. And this is where you're going to go ahead and actually apply just a tad more pressure against the red, because pencil colors have a wax base, and therefore the wax base needs a little bit more friction against the paper. We are using multi-medium sketch pad paper. I don't use sketch paper. I don't use drawing paper. I use multi-medium at all times because I never know if I'm going to use a marker, some ink pens or something. I'm kind of ADHD. So I'm always trying to use something different. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and put a little more pressure around here. And that's more of a pink tongue. Now, we're not done. This is where the trickety tricks come in. Are you ready? Okay, we've got the pink tongue. We've used red and a light pink to create more of a flesh-toned actual tongue. All right? Well, you can do this with a Q-tip, or you can do it with a piece of tissue like I have here. I have a piece of tissue, and I'm going to take this eraser pencil. I love eraser pencils. That's my thing. You can do it with anything, just a number 2 pencil even. Make sure it's the eraser side, though, because that means it's a softer, more pliable piece to use. And what you're going to do, let's get in close, guys. You see how it is a bit grainy right here? We're going to rub. We're going to use, you're going to see some, sorry, I'm rubbing so hard the thing is, we're going to do a rub. And that's going to blend the colors a bit, but it's also going to create a smoother, and it's going to even out the stroke pattern of the pencils to give it more of a blended look. And that is how you go ahead and take 2 colors and blend it into one to make a more realistic view of what you've drawn. Now, you are going to see that when you do this, because you can't always do pinpoint. See, I've rubbed it. You're going to see pieces of smudge around the edges. The good news is that is infinitely erasable. Ta-da! And because her tongue is kind of hanging out of her mouth, we're going to give it a little bit of a wet shine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my eraser to create an even lighter contour mark on her tongue. And then bring my tissue in at a different spot, because you definitely don't want to use the same one. It'll just bleed everything together. Blend that in. And there's her tongue sticking out at you. Okay, and that's one of the blending techniques you can use with pencil colors. One of the things you can't do with pencil colors, which is kind of a pain in the tuchus, is white pencil. Like whenever you're wanting to put highlights with a white pen, because of the wax nature of a pencil color, it's actually been kind of waterproofed to putting a gel pen mark over it. It's a little tough to get it to look authentic. A little trouble. All right, we're going to continue. And let's see here. I think we're going to use the same red and pink to do the inside of the mouth of the dog. But watch what I'm doing. I'm going to use the pink first and the red second. This is actually going to change the tone of the inside of the gums of the dog, believe it or not. Okay, so first we have our light pink, because she flosses daily, and light pink gums mean you've taken care of your teeth. Da-da-da-da. And we just do a light shade, just like we did with the red, just to give it that tinge of healthy color. All right, and now we're going to come back with the red we used. But if you're having trouble seeing the pink, I'm going to bring it back in again. We're going to go ahead and use the red, but we're also going to lightly stroke the pencils in there. And you see how this right here is a crease, kind of in the bottom of the palette under the tongue? I'm going to put it a little darker. And I'm going to light crease over here. And right here, this is where the shaded area would be, where the tongue overlaps. Okay, and this is the lighter area. Just going to lightly color over this. Okay, and just give that little line there. And now we're going to do the blending again. Like I said, you can use a Q-tip or whatever. Just make sure it's a fine piece, like honestly, toilet paper, tissue, whatever you got hanging around. You wrap it around your eraser or pencil or whatever pinpoint item that has a soft, like you can even use an old stylus if you know what that is, as long as it's got a soft, bouncy give. And you go in there and you blend in, and you see less of a stroke pattern and more of an actual just blended piece. And I use the same exact colors, but in different sequence. So instead of using the red first and the pink second, I went ahead and used the pink first and the red second, and it created two different tones of color. Okay, and this is just regular wax pencil colors that we're using. And that is some of the tricks you can do when you have pencil colors, is creating blends and tones. Even if you only have a box of 12 different colors, you can make it work for you instead of against you. Okay, now we're gonna lift it up. Let's go look at the eyes. Corgis have these beautiful chocolate brown eyes, and you think they're one-dimensional. If you think a brown eye is one-dimensional, you're in the wrong house. We know better. All right, let me see here. Brown eyes have so many dimensions to them, and their pigmentation is what protects their eyes from the light. I'll tell you, I have to wear sunglasses all the dang time, and however pretty colors might be, it can also be a pain in the butt. All right, let's see what colors I got. Let's see. Let's use a medium to dark brown color here. All right, you're gonna hear some noise because apparently I haven't used this pencil color before, and it needs to be sharpened. All right, now that we've got that done, what we want to do with eyes is, people say, oh, start with the light part first. I feel like you need to have a little bit, when you're drawing, especially if you're trying to draw lightly, so as to erase pencil marks and to create more of a realistic color and view, you need your guides. So go ahead and put your dark colors in where you need them. And in this particular picture of the Corgi, she was very excited, and her eyes were like, yeah, party! Anyway, so I'm using a medium to dark brown, and this is where I would normally be putting in a little bit of shade, because of her eyelid, and I'm doing around the edges. And just for effect, I will also do around the pupil so you can have a better look at where the eyes are being set, and that helps you along with adding your color. Now, you don't have to do a lot, just kind of put it in an idea of where you know your light source is. And in this case, our light source is going to be more in this direction, going in this direction. So go ahead and we put in some brown to give it a nice thing. We're going to put a warmer brown in the center. And so what's a warm brown? Well, if you're not familiar with your color wheel, we have sienna, we have burnt sienna, there's a pumpkin brown, but believe it or not, that's very lovely. I'm actually attached to that color, especially during the fall season. Let's see what we got. All right. I have got a beautiful color called terracotta. So we're going to use that as our darker around the edges, but this is pumpkin orange, and it's a brownish orange. And we're going to use that as a highlight and then color over it to create a blend in order to create the beautiful laughter you see in this corgi's eyes. Like, she is so excited and so happy. Let's create that beautiful, happy smile. And you're just doing a little bit in the middle. You don't want to go out to the edges here. You're just trying to create an accent of life that makes you fall in love with how sweet this dog is. All right. And so now we're going to come in with the terracotta, and we're gonna bring in that brown around the edges, almost a reddish brown. And I have to say, my niece has eyes this color, and it is gorgeous. All the boys are chasing that girl, but that's her problem. That's her dad's issue. Let her dad take care of that. Anyway, let's see here. I'll go ahead and bring that in. Okay. Now I'm bringing the terracotta over that medium dark brown in order to enhance the color. All right. Sorry if y'all are dealing with a little bit of shaky. Let's see. My camera mount is on my desk along with everything else. All right. And let me see here. You know what? I do think we need a little bit more dark brown in here. So I am going to bring in the big boy, the dark brown, and I am going to do something you can only do with pencil colors, and that is creating line strokes. Now, most of the time, we want everything to blend so the line strokes don't show as easily. But in this case, you want your line strokes to show, because the iris of an eye is not just one note. It is blend of strings and membranes. Very scientific, but from an artist's point of view, it's a beautiful pattern. It really is. It's mesmerizing to look at the anatomy of the iris and see all the beautiful colors in this world. Let's see here. Okay, now I think we need to put that pupil in because it's looking a little freaky. Let's go ahead and get an inking pen in here if I can find one the right size. Yeah, this'll do. Okay, let's get her eyes brought to life. Let's come here. Let's see. And you know what? I'm gonna give her a little shine around the edge there. And what I'm doing is I'm just creating a circle and then drawing a circle within the circle and not filling it in. And that is how you can create shine when pencil color is too waxy to take the highlighters. Now, this particular corgi had this beautiful eyeliner line, and what that is, her eyes, the detailing around her eye was a very dark color. We might come in with a gray pencil color to kind of grade it, and that's another trick you can do to kind of make it look more realistic. But right now, we're just trying to get her eyes. All right, let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. Very slowly. I don't want to screw it up too much. All right, well, you know, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and show y'all the technique of, you see how dark the lining is around the eyes, and you don't want it to look so dark. You want it to look like it's, you know, realistic. And so we're going to take a cold gray. There's differences between warm gray and cold gray if you haven't figured this out. And if you don't have these colors, it's okay. You know, sometimes you can't do what you have tools with, and eventually you'll get there. But in my case, I'm going to show you the difference between a cold gray and a warm gray. This is warm gray. It almost has a khaki feel to it, but it is still a gray color. This is a cold gray. Almost looks bluish. This almost looks greenish. This is the difference between a warm gray and a cold gray. Okay, and for this, we're going to use a cold gray. When you want to use highlights, you want to use the cold gray. Sorry, I forgot to warn y'all about the pencil sharpener. There we go. Now for this, I'm going to get you even closer. Let's get in here. And I'm going to, I'm going to have to. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to color over with a pencil. I think that's not quite doing it, let's be honest. I have made mistakes before. I thought the cold gray was going to penetrate this marker, and it is not. This means we got to pull out a white pencil. Believe it or not, sometimes, you ever wonder what that white pencil is for? Sometimes that white pencil has a job. And the white pencil is to lighten up our dark pieces. You see how it's getting slightly lighter? And what this does is this gives it the illusion of a more realistic pattern. Sorry about the shaking, guys. And I'm not an actual cameraman. There you go. It's been kind of muted a bit better, and so you can see that a little better. In the meantime, why don't we move on to the nose? If we're going to do the eyes, might as well do the nose. I am coming back with the cold gray, and I'm going to use it to do the edges of the eyes around the corners and over here underneath this part to create definition in the eye. Okay. FYI, if you don't have cold gray and you just have pencils, do what you got to do. Use a pencil. But what we're doing is we're creating a laughter face in this corgi's eyes. See, she looks like she's laughing at you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, she is having a great time today. She is having so much fun. I can totally tell that. Let's see, let me... Yes, our corgi is having a fantastic day. Okay, now here's something a lot of people deal with the dog nose. Dog nose is not one-dimensional. A dog nose, it has a front, and the dog nose has an edge back here. You know, it's like a little round ball. So I am actually going to use my gray pencil to go ahead and do the shading of the back part of the nose as it's coming forward to say hello to everybody. It's saying hello. How are you? I missed you all day. All I did was stare out the window, and I wanted you to come home because you're my person and I want you to be with me forever. Yes, I am a very silly person. Please excuse me. Anyway, we've gone ahead and we've outlined it a little bit. And now we're going to come in with just regular old black. Didn't I have that pen around here somewhere? I use my black way too much. I need to buy another black. Sorry for the... Need a little eraser. Okay, this is the front part of our dog's nose. And you want to go ahead... I'm going to hold the camera because this thing's going to shake like crazy if I don't. You want to go ahead and line it hard. Press hard and line the spots where the black is not going to go. You want it. You want to see the definition difference between the front of the nose and it trailing off to the back, showing the dimension of your nose. That's why dogs' noses are so difficult, because people just draw them flatly, and they're not flat. They're this cute little bulb that's sticking out there, and you want to trace around the area in the front. That's what you see first. And then you go ahead and fill it in, and you give it the hard rub. If your dog's nose is black, that is, because God knows, man, I love me a pink and brown nose to color, but you know what? Black noses are kind of adorable. Let's see here. All right, pull that in, trace it up. All right. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, wait a minute, Shayna. Wait a minute. Dogs have that little split in their nose sometimes. Dogs have that little split in their nose, and isn't that nose wet and shiny? What are you going to do? Well, sometimes, and we've all made these mistakes, this is when pencil colors are in their glory. And here's why. Hello, Mr. Eraser. How are you doing today? Okay, we get in there, and wherever we want the shine to be, we lighten it up a little bit. And we come back and clean the edges up. And look at that. That's a shiny little nose, isn't it? And look, you can see her little nose slit now. Ta-da! Let's see. All right, I think that we're going to be done for right now. I'm going to turn this into a second part. If y'all have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Please, for the next 5 minutes or so, I'll keep this open. And if you have questions, I'm here. In the meantime, I'm going to keep doing some personal detailing of our girl around the edges and stuff. Let's see here. As you can see, I am the bottom lip area around this dog's teeth is her. This is like her bottom lip, I guess you could call it. And we're showing her big happy smile. I'm taking any drawing questions or any pencil color questions. You want to learn about some tricks, or if you need some help with something, I'm happy to answer. Okay, in the meantime, I'm just giving her a little bit of love around that big, happy, smiley face she has. And let's see here. And I'm pulling it over, giving it a... You want to use a black pencil color for most of your drawing. That way it gives it the same feel of the realism and the realistic look. You don't want to overdo with using ink pen, the darkening pen like I used here. That was just to define the eyes, because of course there's so much joy there, and you wanna pinpoint it. But you know what I didn't do? I wanted to create a little bit of shine in the brown of her eyes, so I am going to go ahead and use my, I think I'm gonna use a smaller one actually. I'm gonna use a teeny tiny eraser. Excuse me, I almost lost my cap here. Use a teeny tiny eraser. Get in here. Let's go get in here. See her eyes? Well, I've decided that our light point is right here. So I'm going to erase a spot right there. And it's not going to completely erase because we've darkened it pretty hard with 3 different colors. But I'm going to erase a spot on each side, trying to make it come from this direction. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the darkest color we used in creating her eyes and line the white part like its own shiny bubble. And boom, she now has 110% more sparkle. That's right, my pretty little girl has 110 more sparkle. Okay, let me see here. Now, I don't know how to not keep going, y'all. Should I keep going? Because she's got a whole lot more fur to cover. What do y'all think? All right, you know what? Who cares? I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I can't leave her. She needs me. She needs me. We're gonna finish this. Okay. Now, because we're probably gonna use the beautiful sunny orange sunset color, these parts here are white. This is the white part of this dog. But not all of these things are forefront white. They're in shade, they're in thing. But instead of going straight for gray, I'm going to go for an offshoot of this dog's golden color as a part of the shading process. And what that does is it punches up the definition of the color, but it also creates a brighter illusion of the white. It's going to make the white pop out a lot more. Sometimes you don't have to use gray just because something's white. A lot of times, and I have done this many times myself, is I'll use, whenever I'm doing a white color, if I want it to look more stark, I highlight it in blue. But we're going with a warm white, and so we're gonna do the shading for our little pup in this light goldish orange, or just, if you have orange, just very light, and then put a little yellow over it. Boom. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to come down here because this whole chest front piece is also white, and we're going to come down and give her a little love around the chin. All right, around the ears has a little bit. We're going to get into the curve of the ears a bit. And down here, way at the bottom, because she's obviously looking up at her owner, letting them know how much she loves them, we're going to come down here and create a shading down here. All right. Now that we've done that, we're going to go a little bit darker from this before we start really getting in there and things. Sometimes I will get pencil colors and it'll say this color and it won't be the color I'm looking for. So what you want to do, and I do this a lot, is I go over to the edge on the edge piece of paper, like a lot of my stuff is perforated, and then outside the perforation I check in. Okay, this is a really dark. There isn't a lot of orange, but it is something that we would want for the back end where the color gets darker. So we're going to use this after we've done a light shading. So goldenrod, you need to be put aside. Okay, let's see what I've got. All right. Let's see. This is how long it's been since I've pencil colored. I have barely any pencil colors. Oh, Lord. That's it's been a very long time, but I did notice that there were a lot of you young people out there who were struggling with your pencil color technique, and that's why I decided to do this little video. And I hope it helps. You know, I'm not the world's most fantastic artist, but I enjoy art, and it should be something shared. We've gotten now to the point where art is no longer something that is going to be monetizable as much unless it is supremely unique. So I truly believe that the joy of art should be shared with everyone, and it shouldn't be something that is, you know, held hostage just because we want to make a buck off of it. You know, maybe that's naive of me. You know what? I don't care. I'm naive. So what? My naive self has decided that if I can teach someone this joy, if I could teach someone to spend 5 minutes doodling something and relaxing, and to just get away from the world for 5 minutes and find peace, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing that helped me live a very hard life when I was very young, and it set me free. It saved me in so many ways. And why shouldn't that be shared with everybody? Why should we turn it into some kind of money-making scheme? Why shouldn't it be freedom? You know, this guy, he was saying that all art is political. And I'm like, no, art is freedom. And people who don't like people having a free idea are the ones who make it political. The artists themselves, not always. Some of us, we're just us. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is I am doing a dark highlight on all of the areas that I want to have the bright color. We are going to bring in a secondary darker color in order to highlight the fur, because corgis do not have one shade, they have a blend of browns and oranges that create this beautiful golden color. And on their back especially, it's dark towards their tail, and it's actually quite lovely. Plus, I'm also limited in the amount of colors I have, so I have to work with what I got. And see, I'm trying to go with how the stroke pattern I'm using is how the actual... sorry, I should have pulled this back. I was doing the face. I'm doing a stroke pattern like this because that's how the hair grows out of a dog's back. It goes back and down, back down, back down, back down. So I'm creating a down-like pattern around their face. It's away from their eyes, spreading in this direction. Same thing with here. It's up, 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 slide, slide over, and then down, 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 you know, as gravity is. But we go ahead and I am highlighting all of the major highlighted areas of the coat that I want that brightness in. Now I'm going to bring in this darker goldenrod color that I tested over here and realized was a bit too dark to be the brightest color. Now, give me a moment. I do need to drink some water because I talk a lot. Stay hydrated, everybody. It is a hot one out there. Okay, so we're going to use this goldenrod, and we'll start around the eyes. And I see that it is a good blending color. It goes well with the orange that I have. And I'm going to use this darker color to create the definition and angle of the face. See, I'm also still doing the same stroke pattern in those areas, but I'm doing them where the dog's shadows would be. Around the edges, because our light is moving in this direction. That's where I've decided my light is coming from. And that is why you see. And yes, I am rubbing quite hard, so if the camera shakes, I apologize. Bring the lining over and using this goldenrod to create the patterns. And you keep going in the stroke pattern that the dog actually has. Okay, look at the ear. Ears have edges. Darken it in there and here. And then come around here and, oh, look at that cute little ear. Let's get that ear. That's Shaw. Shaw the ear. That Shaw, if you don't know what Shaw is, it's root word in French, in Cajun, was chéri, which means cherished. And we're on the go, you know, trying to survive swamps, so we shortened it to Shaw. A lot of people will spell it S-H-A. No, it's C-H-A because of the root word of chéri. But it's basically saying, oh, you're so cute. So if you ever see someone go, oh, Shaw, or you're in Louisiana and says, Shaw petit, or Shaw baby, or Shaw little puppy, that means, oh, it is adorable. They are paying some compliments. Don't be offended. All right, and as you can see, I'm still going with the stroke pattern because dog's hair on the back grows out and down, out and down. We want to go ahead and make sure we create that stroke pattern. And then I'll show you the blend trick again. Just want to make sure y'all get that blend trick in because it is very, very helpful. And as usual, I get this Oh, looks like we need a pencil sharpener. You're going to hear some noise, guys. Okay, let's see. All right. There we go. That's what it is. I was running out of pencil. Let's see, out and down. Okay. Let's see here. What a cute little puppy. Oh my God. Too adorable. Too adorable. All right. Let's see. I'm going to come down here. And give Puppy some love around her paws. This was a picture of someone's dog, so you know, it's not like we're going to get the most professional angle on these bad boys, but you know what? Cute is cute. And that, my dear, is very cute. All right. So, now that we've, as you can see, now that we've penciled all of the actual color of the coat in, you aren't barely seeing the highlight anymore of the dog's white. Now we have to come back. We have to come back and put a little more zhuzh. Let me see if I can find the right color. You know what? I think we're going to do a little peach. A little peach will bring it out. Yeah, see, there we go. That little peach, or excuse me, a very orangey pink. Light, if you have salmon, maybe get light with the salmon. My friend who took this picture of her dog, I mean, good Lord, that dog was happy. Have you ever seen someone so loved? I'd say that, but I just did a quick drawing of a friend of mine's dog who passed away, and that dog looked at her mama like she was a god. So that dog was very loved as well, and she was 16 when she passed, so probably old age, poor thing. But, you know, having someone look at you like that, you know, you come home 2 o'clock in the morning drunk, it's like, it's been a bad night. And the dog's like, you're the greatest ever. I love you, Mommy. Okay. Let's get close. Let's see. We're looking at, see the streaks you're seeing here? This is not going to entirely go away. However, like I said, if you use a piece of fine tissue, or toilet paper, or I'm going to say toilet paper because I was a kid who lived in a trailer and we didn't have boxes of tissue hanging around. You use what you had. Or Q-tips. We weren't allowed to waste the Q-tips. So I used toilet paper, but I'm an adult now and I have tissue. But wrap it around the eraser of your pencil, even if it's a lead pencil. Use the bouncy part of your lead pencil, boink, 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 and get in there and you can blend your strokes to create a more blended stroke pattern so it isn't so harsh looking. I mean, yeah, it's a pencil. Yeah, it's gonna look like you've penciled it. But you know what? It's gonna create less of that graininess that happens whenever you're pencil coloring on a piece of paper, especially if you're using sketch paper. Sketch paper, it does not allow for... Let me get up here and pull this out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, sketch paper is grainy, and it does not allow for pencil colors to do a full saturation of the paper. So if you pull out this piece of tissue or your piece of paper, tissue paper or something, and you fold it and use your eraser to blend it, this will actually help saturate the holes and the bumps that are in the more grainy papers and create a more blended color. And people, you know, there's a lot you can do with just a pencil and paper. Believe me, I had to learn how to do it when I was younger, and I didn't have adult money to pay for my fun toys, you know? I say, I'm not a starving artist for a very simple reason. I actually want to do art. I want to be able to afford to do it. And in order to afford to do it, you got to have some money to do that with. And so that's why I do it. But I also think it's the reason why people shouldn't be selling basics. Like, if you want to learn how to draw, people shouldn't be selling that privilege. That should be something that is freely given. Not everybody's going to be a Picasso just because you taught them how to draw a doggy or how to blend a color. You're teaching them a skill that is going the way of the dodo, like poetry, and should be freely given for as long as we have the skill to share it. Okay, I'm taking a dark brown pencil and kind of covering up the actual pencil marks I made to draw this picture. And what that does is it gives it more of a realistic, lifelike look without messing with the integrity of the drawing. A lot of times I will use pit pins, which is very fine tipped markers, and just draw the drawing out that way and erase the pencil marks. But sometimes this is a style that people want to do and want to create. Let's see, I'm going to use the goldenrod to do this part. People want to use this style, and it is a way to make it look good without messing with the integrity of the drawing. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? Oh, it is time to use my pit marker. It's time to get the details done. We're almost finished, guys. I really appreciate any of you who stuck with me. I had planned to stop, but I can't. I'm a fanatic. I have to. I have to finish, y'all. It's just me. I gotta finish. That's who I am as a person. Let's see here. And I'm using a very fine tip pen to do the black detail because we don't want to lose the beauty of our pencil strokes in the monotony of ink pens. Very light. And see, the finer the pen, the less noticeable it is. And so that way our color has its own moment. Let's see here. See, I am doing the details. Sorry I'm getting all whispery. Next thing you know, I'll have a permed afro and be talking about the happy little secret trees. Or in her case, shoo, the happy little secret canines. Oh, goodness. Maybe my friend should have named her Jaws. My goodness. Now see, I'm seeing a spot that I needed to color that I missed. Let's see, sometimes when you're lining, that gives you an opportunity to see something you did wrong. All right. I think we're done. And of course, whenever you finish your drawing, whatever you have done, be sure to put at least your initials in some discreet out-of-the-way place. In my case, it's S.A. for Shayna Armond, and then the year that we've performed this, 26. All right, I want to thank you for stopping by and seeing the work I did. I do plan to post this on YouTube under my name, and in case you have any questions, and I did show a few of the techniques over and over again so you can get a good idea of how to create a beautiful blended pencil color work.